I'm not even gonna say it today. Not even gonna say it. All right, everybody. How was your Christmases? How's everybody doing? It's time to get back to work. We got a lot to do. Change of plans, things happening. I got my new project car up on the lift. This thing's pretty sick. Just picked it up, 1JZ.
85 Cressida.
85 Cressida. Ben fabricated this exhaust for me. This thing is pimp as hell. Look at that weave pass right there. That is, oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Did I not tell you were gonna rip on me hard for this one?
You did, and I told you I wouldn't, but I can't help it.
Because we flux cored it.
Yeah. It literally looks like
we went to go weld it, and my welder like wouldn't feed wire or something, and we were like, "Fuck, we need to get this done today." And so we went and bought a Harbor Freight flux core and just
sent it.
Yeah, just knocked it out.
It looks like you put cat food around the joints and like heated it up.
It doesn't leak, so it's fine.
It's not bad though. Like routing wise. No, this thing's sick though. It's got a 1JZ VVTi. So, change of plans with the Miata. I'm putting a 1.8 back in it. I'm over it. No more LS oiling issues. We're gonna go 1.8 turbo. I wouldn't have blown up all my motors if I had my injector wiring correct, so we're just gonna send it. I'm just kidding. Oh, that's funny. I was just thinking about it and I was like, oh, I should, it's like, I'm starting from scratch with the engine bay. And I was like, I should troll him and put the Ben's 1.8 in here. Just like slide it under. It's just on a dolly. I just rolled it under and dropped the car down on it. Absolutely not doing that. Still haven't quite figured out, oh, the engine's not over there anymore. Still haven't quite figured out engine plans yet. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. It's like a lot of the junkyard motors I'm finding, they're all iffy. And it's like, I don't want to put an iffy motor in. I wanted to find like a nice low mileage one, swap my stuff over and just throw it in. So the iffy ones, like, are concerning. They're more concerning. So, but rebuilding it is one of those things where it could take months. By the time I get the machine shop work done and get the parts back and get it all together, I'm still really up in the air on that. I'm hoping to figure something out within the next day or so. I want to pick up a motor, I want to go pick it up like tomorrow. So, anyway, I guess I'll stop messing with you guys. That's not my car either. I'll stop messing with you guys. The plan for today is to strip. Ben's getting eaten by the dog. Butler.
Yeah, Butler.
I thought that was right. Say hi to Butler, everybody. Get him, Butler. Get him. Get him, Butler.
He's gonna get me apparently. Butler.
You just gotta pet him. Pet him and make him stop. Look, look, look. Hey, calm down, bud.
Dude, your dog is insane.
Can you go ahead and throw the engine in, Butler? Please? No? Okay, cool. Yeah, the plan, rip all this stuff out. Most of the stuff's out of the engine bay anyway. Difficult thing will be the wiring because I'd have to pull the dash to really pull that back through. I need to pull, like the slave cylinders unhooked so it doesn't matter. Booster and master need to come out anyway because we're replacing those. So that doesn't really matter. So pretty much everything that needs to come out is not a big deal. It's easy to take out. So I figured I might as well take it out. When I originally painted this bay, my thoughts were I wanted to get the car done as quick as possible. I honestly didn't even know if I wanted to paint it because I didn't want to delay the process. But since I had to cut stuff out and primer it, I was like, okay, I'll throw some spray can paint on it and just send it. But the problem is with the spray can paint, even with the spray can clear, since I didn't do the 2-part clear, it just soaks up everything. So I get metal shavings on it, I get oil, grease, like everything. It just absorbs it. It's like a porous paint. So Adam, who painted the whole car, is gonna come up and help me paint it. He's gonna bring his stuff and we're gonna like properly paint the bay, properly clear it. It'll look 1,000 times better. And since we're doing that, the other thing that I skimped on that I needed to do is plug the holes in the bay. So I'm gonna go through and plug these like heater core holes and the AC stuff. Plug all the holes I don't need, like weld them shut, grind them back down, and then redo the hole for the wiring. So I guess I do need to pull the wiring out. Just make it nice. Make it nice. Again, the first step, getting the car running was V1. I knew there would be a lot of stuff I wanted to redo, and there is a lot of stuff I want to redo. So the stuff that we can do while we're waiting on other stuff is worth doing, I guess. Okay, so let's jump into it. I gotta move this motor back out, and then we'll start tearing the engine bay apart.
I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see.
Pro fabricator. Welded a resonator
It
in.
doesn't leak, so shut up.
1JZ life.
Yeah, we just need to figure out how to get it to AC working, and then we're good.
Pimp. So I got my bay completely stripped down. I've got this last bit of wiring to pull out for the chassis harness. I got the engine harness to pull out and the brake booster. I'm gonna replace the booster either way. The booster is, I'm pretty sure it's fried. It definitely has a leak or something. Something is wrong with it. So we're gonna replace that. To do that, we need to pull the dash out. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a nightmare. Since I need to pull the dash out, I wanna go ahead and pull these seats out. I wanna try this seat in the driver's side. This is originally what I was gonna have, passenger and driver. They accidentally sent me the Halo seats. I tried to run them. Not a fan. Can't use my helmet cam. The seat cushion makes you sit really high, so I have to run without the cushion, which is like awkward. I want to go back to a non-Halo seat in both the Z and this car. So I need to take this seat and put it in the Z for the next event, but I want to try it in the driver's side because it hits the trans tunnel. So I want to make sure that it's actually going to fit over there decent and all that stuff. So need to pull the seats out, need to pull the dash out, and we can pull the wiring out. We can start welding up stuff in the bay. It's definitely painful to be basically taking my whole car back apart. Like I did, I drifted it once and I'm pulling the whole thing back apart. It hurts my soul, but at the same time, we're gonna make it better, and it's not that bad. I mean, once everything's done, once the bay's painted, once the motor and trans are ready to go in, it should only take me a couple days to reassemble the car. So it's not that bad and it's worth doing. It's just like, the disassembly stage always sucks. It's like the more work you do, the more work you're gonna have to do. So you're just like, oh, another bolt I gotta put back on and hopefully not lose, and you know how it is. So much crap in here from street driving this thing to Daytona and stuff. I'm still not really happy with how this fits, even with it all the way down. One, it has to be crooked. You can probably tell, like it's real crooked. So fit in the front. And then two, with it sitting on the floor, which like these Bell Racework brackets are awesome and they allow the seats to sit on the floor, but just some seats, like these seats and the other seats, they just don't, I don't know what it is. It's like the way they're molded, I guess. They just don't sit very low. And I still feel way too high and it's like sketching me out. It's tough. Like I can't afford to buy real brides and wait 3 months for a pair of real brides and spend like $2,400. But the bride, when the bride was in there, it like sat me super low. Like I was very pleased with how low I sat with the fake or real bride, whatever bride's in the Z now. That seat sat me on the floor and it was great. I loved it. So I don't know, maybe I'll put this Momo in the Z as the driver, and then I'll order a pair of rep brides, and if they fit really well, then I'll suck it up and try to buy some real ones or something and just run them for now, run them until I need. But like the safety aspect of running a cheap seat is sketchy, but I feel like what's also sketchy is sitting so high that my head is over the roll cage, or that my, if anything crushes in, it's gonna break my neck, or I'm gonna slam my head into the roll cage street driving. I mean, there's a lot of other factors. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, sorry, rant over. I'm gonna pull that seat out. I'm gonna post this one for sale. I'm gonna keep one of these because I wanna start doing some wheel-to-wheel racing. So I'll keep one of these Halo seats for whatever car I wheel-to-wheel race in, because I will most likely need a Halo seat. So we'll save one, sell the other, Momo and the Z, figure out seats for this thing. If you guys saw the wiring videos, when I made this harness, I made everything disconnectable. So I can pull the tombstone out, and even though it's got all that stuff wired up to it, I've got plugs for everything. I just boop, 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 unplug it, pull it out. So that is why I did it that way. Same with the dash. So it shouldn't be too hard to rip the dash out. So we'll go ahead and get that yanked out. It looks so jank when it's all just thrown in here like this, but it's pretty nice and organized. I need to redo my ECU mounts. I might build some out of metal. I need to, like I said, loom this harness up better. It's just like the turn signals are added after the fact, and I ran the wires after the fact and all that stuff. So, and I'll have to add different connectors for the new fans. But the bay, look at that. Oh, I still need to get I guess I'll take that booster out before I take a lunch break. So booster, lunch break, and then I'll be back. All right, change of plans with the whole covering. Let's go in here. Oh God. So this one I need to open up more. This is a janky cutting it while the engine and everything was still in here attempt. So that's why that one's so bad, but we're gonna open this one up more so we can use this grommet here to make it a little taller. So we can shove a wiring harness through. This is cut because I had to cut it off the factory harness. It goes in there. And I'll just like pop that over and then slide it back in there. So that'll, oh God. So that'll be nice because that was jank before. So I'm gonna do that. But as far as these holes go, I did want to weld them up, but there's not really any good way to do so without it just looking jank, like a bunch of weld holes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna 3D print plug. So this one will be like a 2-in-1, and it'll be connected like a thin piece, and then 2 little bunk like things that go in there. Same here, and then one there with the lip recessed into it. And then I want to gold foil this firewall anyway. So that's pretty much my plan. So I'm gonna draw these up tonight and get them printed. But for now, let's get this cut and try to make it work. Really happy with that. Really happy to have like a proper grommet there. The whole cut hose, jagged edge thing there sucked. And that really doesn't look too bad. It's like a big grommet, but that's where the whole wiring harness comes out. Finger, I cut it. It was like gushing out blood. I couldn't get it to stop. It's pretty much done now. I mean, it's still leaking, but always at the tip of the finger. That's what you get trying to grab jagged metal. What else? I guess I was thinking about doing the dash. Where did I put the dash? Over here. Not 100% sure how to get this piece off. I guess I could move it over there and look at it. It'd be cool to go ahead and throw the carbon fiber dash cover on this today too. Let me look at it. I'll let you guys know if we're gonna do it or not. We got it off. It really wasn't that bad with the dash off because I could get to these clips from the backside and kind of pry them up to pop it off, but I thought that was all that was holding it in. So when I'd get them pried up, I'd try to pull it and it didn't want to go, but it's because it has this like glue stuff that you have to like peel it off of. Cracked it right there with the screwdriver trying to pry it, but other than that, I managed to keep it pretty intact. Here is our new Cabron Fiebre one. So it mounts the same way. And it comes with this 3M tape to use. Thanks to Mr. Foms, he sent me this. He sent me the carbon fiber headlight covers too forever ago. But he sent it to my P.O Box because he's so nice. What else? So this I got sent a long time ago too. Robert Hutchins, built by Hutch, printed these, which go in the vents. And he's got like my logo ones, and then he's got V8 ones. See, V8. These are GoPro mounts. He told me what these were a while ago in the letter, but I completely forgot what these are for. They're GoPro mounts that bolt on somewhere, but I don't remember where they bolt on. And then these are really cool. So he made these. These are for my Auber gauges, these square gauges I use. So they fit in here, and then this down in here. I'm not gonna push it in because it'll clip in, but fits in there. So I need to add a fuel level gauge, and I need to add an oil temp gauge, so I can put those here. So that is really cool. Huge shout out to huge shout out to anyone who sends me stuff. Like, it's just so cool, especially stuff people make or just stuff people think is really cool and they send it over. Like, I don't know, it's just rad. I'm very appreciative. So we're gonna put all this in right now. So first off, let's start with this. check it out. Carbon fiber dash setup. These eyeball vents look cool. It feels so narcissistic having my own logo, but I didn't make them. So just keep in mind, it was sent to me, okay? But yeah, carbon fiber piece, I like it a lot. I really didn't know how much I would like it, but when I held it up there originally, I was like, man, that actually looks really good. It just looks classy. Like it looks newer and nicer. I don't know how to explain it. I liked the vintage look, you know, with the like leather or whatever vinyl dash pad, but I don't know. Carbon fiber is a nice change, and I figured while we had it out, we might as well do it, see what it looks like, and I like it, for sure. So, tonight I think I'm gonna try to set up iRacing. I've been talking about getting into wheel-to-wheel racing. I really want to, and I'm like, dude, I have a nice sim setup. I have a VR setup. Like, why have I not started doing iRacing and doing wheel-to-wheel, like, VR sim racing? I was like, what am I, like, I've been so into this, and I'm like, I need to build a car right now. I wanna go race. And I'm like, wait a second, I can just do it on the sim. So, anyway, I want to start doing that, just get practice in, but I do want to start live streaming more, both drifting and racing. So let me know, like, should I do it on Twitch? Should I do it on here? I kind of would like to build up a Twitch a little bit, you know, just to have two different things and do it like maybe through a week. I don't know. Those of you who stream a lot or watch a lot of streamers, like, give me your input below, because I'm completely new to this. So I have no clue, but I got a cam link thing to live stream from this camera, so I have like nice visuals and I can do the OBS and stuff. I have the basics, but any input is greatly appreciated. So yeah, as far as Miata goes, got everything done we needed to get done, which is good. I mean, for the most part. So bay is ready. I'll have to clean it up some before paint and sand it and stuff, but it is pretty much ready for paint. But before we can get to that, we're gonna have to put the Miata on hold for a minute because one, I need to go buy parts. I need to find an engine, I need to find a trans, I need to get all that done tomorrow, hopefully, but I also gotta get some stuff for the Z, and I need to start working on the Z because I wanna get it done by this weekend because we have drift event this weekend, and I wanna drive because I haven't driven like a tandem event in like a month, I think, or so. So I'm itching to drive. So we gotta get the Z knocked out and finished up so we at least have one working sports car. And then we can get back to the Miata and the GC. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Goodbye.